YouTube, what's going on? We're back at it for another Back for Blood deck build video, and today we're talking about the explosive speed build deck for Swarm mode. Now, I know I had a couple of people in the comments asking to have this made. Explosive speed, what's my take on it? What's the deck? You know, surprisingly, I had a good bit of fun with it. More than likely, anytime you're building something out for speed, high damage explosives, blowing things up, yeah, it's just a good time in general. But this one actually did a lot better than I thought it would. Turns out we could put some serious damage in this, have some decent mobility with it, to where the point where you could actually outrun some of those reekers, some of the special infected as well. Again, you know, if you got a decent hawker or stalker on the other team, that's going to be a problematic moment, and if that wretch is slowing you down, you're really going to feel it. But beyond that point, we've got pretty strong survivability with this, good amount of DPS. Overall, solid deck. Wouldn't consider it the best DPS deck. You're still going to need somebody else doing that DPS as well, but you're going to help out a lot. You're going to help your team, and you're going to gain that survival time that's going to put you in that finish first. But let's get straight into the deck. If you'd like to copy and paste this deck, obviously we'll have it down in the description below, listed in order by name. Starting off strong with that mobility and a little bit of that survivability with fire in the hole, gaining that offensive accessory once we throw it. We've got 20 temporary health and 20% move speed with this. We're going to be throwing everything. At some point, you're going to run out of those grenades, Molotovs, pipe bombs. You know, grab up those stun grenades. You really don't want things to go to waste. Really do your best in the beginning of that round to open up all those boxes. Remember where things are, and since we have a bit of stronger mobility with this build, we should be able to run back, grab some of those, and just help for that longer time to survive. And right after that, we're going in with RIDDEN Slayer, 35% weak spot damage. We need this to kind of help out the team, survive some of those moments, tall boys, anything else, something at a distance, stalker, hawker, you name it. We want to be able to hit that target with enough damage to take it down, or at least enough to help out the team before they take it down if you got your main DPS lining up on that. But right after that, we've got Bomb Squad. We're going for that 100% explosive damage, getting that 35% explosive resistance. Really trying to amp up those grenades, just making one-shotters even into the third round, just dropping bombs on any special infected, no matter how many upgrades are up on it. Boom. Now Pyro, a little bit on the fence with this card, 100% fire damage, and with the kills with fire, grant 3 temporary health. It's a bit situational. Fire's still not going to do as much damage as you'd like it to with that 100%. A couple of times I threw it at special infected, just didn't seem to do all that great. And when it comes to the common infected horde, you really have to time it right in order to really gain a lot of that temporary health. You really need a solid choke point to utilize this, but at the same point, since we're using that fire in the hole, we're going to be throwing Molotovs anyways to gain that 20% move speed and that 20 health back on that. It's going to be a big help, and since we can just add more damage to those Molotovs, why not? And the possibility of a little bit more temporary health. Right after that, to finish out the first round, we're going with Marathon Runner. We're getting that 5% move speed and no movement penalty for strafe and backpedals. It's going to help us out a lot, as that 20% from fire in the hole is going to move or give us that same amount of speed along top of the 5% we're already getting from this. So that way you can go left, right, back at the same amount of speed as you would go forward. So you can kind of shoot whatever's in front of you and still backpedal and have that maximum amount of speed without any hindrance or possibly getting slowed down. Can be a huge help in certain moments, and can be the thing that pretty much destroys that exploder or reeker without you feeling like you're going to get hit by that explosion from that. Now when it comes into the second round, we get a bit more into the mobility on this side. We're going with superior cardio, 50% sprint efficiency. Not sure if this is a bug or what was going on, but it felt like I never needed to regain stamina, and whenever I did sprint, it almost seemed as though it was barely moving down with the stamina. I had more than enough, never really ran out of it at any point. Kind of unbelievable, but we're also getting 5 health from this. Then right after that, we got cross trainers. We're getting that 20% stamina, 20% stamina regen, a little bit more on that move speed, and 5 more health on top of that. Really giving us that amplified amount of stamina and a little bit more of that move speed, survivability as well with the 5 health. But right after that, Hellfire, we got 45% move speed while firing and 5% move speed while not firing, really stacking up that move speed in general. You're not exactly going to be lightning or Usain Bolt, but with this, we'll have a lot more speed than most of the common infected and special infected can really keep up with, especially since we don't have any penalty to any movement in any direction. And right after that, to finish out the second round, we're going Grenade Pouch. Now, typically, I did utilize this with Carly. You could use Hoffman, but if there's nobody playing Carly, I'd ideally go for her character, since we want to utilize not only her toolkit in order to get those additional cards. Had more than a few matches with this, and with using Carly, I was able to actually complete the entire deck on a couple of the matches. It went into the third round, so people quit. Very irritating. Randoms can be quite frustrating. But it helped out, because there was more than a few times where I ended up getting a card that was lower in the deck. Really helped out later on, and helped the entire team, considering everybody can grab one of those cards from one of those toolkit boxes. You will only get one toolkit at the beginning, but the amount of help that can benefit the team with is just profound. In general, you'd just like to have one Carly on the team. If there's not another one, choose it for this deck. Would work out pretty well. Primary that I'd use with this would be the AK as well. If you're going to go for an SMG, I'd go with the UMP, but in general, I'd probably go with an AK for the entire time while using this deck. Right after that, if you do make it to the third round, things go hairy in the first round or the second round, you're tied up 1-1. We're going with Shredder. We're getting that additional damage for each bullet taken, since we're utilizing the Tech 9 and an assault rifle. We're constantly stacking up that 15% damage. That's really going to help us out taking out some of those special infected, especially by this point when everything's upgraded from the common infected all the way through each one of the special infected that the other players are playing. And right after that, we got reload drills. We need that for that assault rifle. In particular, 30% reload speed is going to be a huge help. It really won't hurt us in the first 2 rounds, but by the third round, you're really going to need to have that DPS rolling, not only just with your grenades, but with your primary weapon as well. And right after that, pep in your step, we're going to get that precision kill, grants 10% move speed. Really going to be moving by this point. I only had 1 or 2 matches where I was able to utilize this, and one of them was from pulling it from a card, but you will notice the difference. You will be taking some of those headshots on common infected, since a lot of times we'll be using that primary and secondary, and you'll feel that momentum from that 10% move speed. It's going to be huge. And right after that, evasive action, just adding more of that mobility. We're gaining another 20% move speed, say one of those crushers, or no, not crushers, tall boys, bruisers, something along those lines hits you. You're going to have more than enough of that move speed, especially if you throw that grenade on top of it as well. I mean, the amount of move speed we'll have at this point, whew, we're trucking. You're really going to be moving like lightning at that point. Now, when it comes to the last 2 cards, these are pretty much if you have somebody playing Carly or somebody finds a toolkit and you're able to get those cards, you can grab these up. I would say you can switch these out for just about anything else. I personally went with the simple fact that a lot of times I leave all the other healing products for whoever's the healer. I only carry the pain meds in general because it's just the fastest. Immediately pop it, and a lot of times you're not going to have a medic that's just running around with pain pills giving it to everybody. They want to utilize that bandage or health kit, something along those lines. And at the same time, we'll be getting 10% move speed, 10% reload speed, and 10% swap speed for every time we take pills for 30 seconds. On top of that as well, chemical courage for that pain med apply. It's going to give us that 25% damage for 60 seconds as well, which can be a huge help in some of those later rounds, or possibly if you do get that one random card and this pops up, since we're going to be utilizing pain pills each round, it's going to give us that amplified damage to really survive some of those moments especially when you have to pop it right after you've been hit by one of those bruisers, crushers, spitters possibly, you name it. We'll have all the damage to clear out what we have in front of us. But that's going to be the build for it. Had a bit of trouble trying to find some swarm matches towards the end of this. Only got a couple of matches in. Sadly enough, feels like the player base is dying a bit. You can really feel it now. This was a bit early in the morning, so that could be contributing to it as well. But didn't quite get the best gameplay I wanted from this, but we do have some gameplay. Did quite well, believe. Yeah, we did get the win with this one. But it's a solid deck overall. A lot of fun with it. I wanted to play more. I wanted to get even better showcase on how well this deck can do. And sadly enough, with the amount of people that are probably playing this at this point, especially early in the morning, it's just not exactly in the cards at this time. Hopefully later on, or possibly over the next couple of days, I can get some more gameplay on this. But tomorrow we'll be working with the updated melee build for Swarm. If you'd like to check that out, obviously hit the link in the description. Follow me over at Twitch. I'll be playing that up, as well as finishing Far Cry 6 campaign tomorrow. Get that done before, and then towards the end of the night, just run back into the Swarm mode on Back for Blood. But on that note, let's get straight into the gameplay, and hope you guys have a good one.
We need you to dig in and beat back the Ridden.
Mine.
We need your team to create a diversion and hold the Ridden until
Anybody
we got
see
all the
one of those
civilians out.
small boxes for the toolkit?
It appears the nets have had an unusual effect on the local insect population. Do not get caught in the swarm.
I got it right
Gear
here.
you can and prepare yourselves. You don't have long.
Why take a risk when you can stack the deck in your favor?
It's so easy, but nope. Yeah. Not too worried about making more money later on.
Ready! Supplies! They're on their way! Reloading! Hey! Over here! Get me up! Hang on!
Oh, my hero.
As if I'm not reloading! Get down! Did we get them all? Need to reload! Swarm's perimeter is shrinking.
Grabbing another one of those Molotovs.
Need that.
Damn, I'm in bad shape. They look bad, but
Watch out! Tall boy!
Right between the eyes.
It's burning! Can't see!
You've already got the slow.
They don't call you cleaners for nothing.
Gotta fix this.
Incoming! Roger! There! Get down!
Mine now.
Fuck this!
you shoot me?
Incoming!
Shit.
Over here.
It's all right, kid. I'm here.
Thanks, Doc.
They'll be back. They always come back.
Swarm is moving.
Watch my back.
Kidding.
Hey, stupid! Don't shoot me! Carly's dead. Oh, sorry. My bad.
We've made it 3 minutes at this point anyway. I'm gonna have a hard time beating that.
No big deal. No big deal.
You got this. Survivors gotta patch myself up.
Angelo's gone. Doc's down. This shit burns.
Almost 4 minutes.
You did a good job out there.
I wonder what their strat's gonna be. With a grenade. I don't know if they allow you to be able to get that crush going for so long. That's ridiculous. Like, come on, you can put up a better fight than that.
Sighted large numbers of Ridden advancing on your area. We need to get the civilians out of the area. We're gonna need you and your team to hold back the Ridden until everyone is out. We're getting reports of what appears to be a cloud of insects surrounding the horde. Keep clear. Want to prove what badasses
Ooh,
you
shit,
are?
I got another
Today's the
toolkit
day.
and a box over here.
Got a supply crate.
Boom, got another card.
Need this.
Pipe bomb here.
Ridden are closing on your position.
Have to remember that's there.
Alive! They're on their way!
Where's Big Boy at? Exploder. Ooh.
Time to get busy!
Running low.
Cover me. Reloading.
Keep clear of the swarm!
Yeah, I think that's only out of Africa, though. I think it shouldn't affect you, hopefully. I don't know. They aren't going fucking ape shit with it, at least.
Cover me. Reloading.
But more than likely, I don't think it should impede that. But I feel you on that. That would be a huge bullshit moment.
Get down. I'm fine.
I should probably.
Watch my back! You did it! Second moved away!
Had worse days.
Molly's down. Watch out. Hey guys, a little help. Incoming.
Nice.
Move down. Back up. Watch out.
You kidding me? That bounced off?
Hey! Can you use some help here?
Shit. Yeah, I can't. Fuck, I don't have anything to counter it. That's fucking irritating. God damn.
Not a
Wait, I can't believe a three-man team is just beating this out so easily. There's no way they're about to just cluster themselves inside there. Oh, they're fucked.
Somebody want to get me back up?
I'm still able to get back up. God, that's unreal. What the fuck? I mean, sometimes it's just too easy. That is unreal. I didn't even die.